Hey guys, this is part 2 of me setting up a design and putting it into the Sawgrass creation so that I can print it out. Now, most of it is being done in Illustrator. If you want to go back and check out that video, please do. It's just on my channel, and make sure and subscribe so that you're seeing all of these videos. But I want to get it to this point. So let me show you how I got it to this point. Let me just see if I have my Illustrator video. So here's my Illustrator document, and I added my name to it, so it's no big deal where it goes. But we need to save this as a PNG file. So I'm going to get rid of these two boxes, and all you're going to do is do a file, export as. That's it. And you can choose PNG here and save that file, okay? And then do export. I've already done that. Once you have it as a PNG file, what I'm going to do is upload it into my gallery. So if you come to, let's see if I go to home, if I can get out of this. Okay, here we go. So if you go to home and you go to galleries, what I did was I created a new folder for myself called Carina's Designs. You can name yours whatever you want. And then once you click on it, you can see here all I did was add image, and you go to upload and upload your new PNG file in here. It's not going to take an Illustrator file, so you do need to save a PNG or a JPEG, okay? Once that happens, if you go to creations, or actually let's go to start creating. I think that's where I got it all set up. So once I go into here, if you go to galleries right here, you can see there's Carina's Designs folder. So I'm going to double click on that, and I can bring this over here, okay? Now, for whatever reason, my default is this 8-inch square, which is really interesting to me. I don't need an 8-inch square. I just want to print it on an 8.5 by 11. So what I did was I clicked on custom canvas. I changed my unit here to inches, and I did 8.5 inches by 11 inches. Now, I haven't printed this out yet, so this could be the wrong thing, but I'm gonna push create. And you can see at least I've got my correct size here, so I can see what's going on. And then what I'm gonna do is I don't need to do anything else. I've done all the heavy lifting in Illustrator, so I'm just gonna click on print. We're gonna see how this goes. Now today I'm using, I have a Sawgrass SG500, and I've got it in tray 1, and it's page size, US letter. It does look still really funny to me right here, but we're gonna just test it and see. Now, I am doing it on these tumblers, which are metal, so I'm gonna click metal, and it says the paper you should use is the True Pix Classic, which is the paper that I have. Now, interestingly enough, I did the onboarding call, which was, I can't recommend enough with Sawgrass. I really recommend you do it, because she told me things I had no idea about. If you have never done sublimation before, I didn't realize I always have to keep the printer on. Now, some of you who've been doing this for a while are like, yeah, you have to keep the printer on. I had no idea, and it's because of the ink. So you have to keep it on the whole time. The other thing I learned in that process was that the papers they gave me, the True Pix, you want to put your bright side down. So if you look at the paper, very slight difference, but there's a brighter side and a duller side. And the brighter side you want to have facing down in the tray, okay? So that was a great tip, because I probably wouldn't have done that. All right, print quality, high quality. I'm gonna do this as a vivid, because I really do want it to stand out. And it looks like the color palette is disabled, okay? I am doing mirrored here, and I'm only doing one copy, so this looks like it's ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and press print. And we're gonna move this now from online to showing you how to actually get it printed and put together in the sublimation printer, and then the heat press. Okay, this has been printed out, and you can see that I have trimmed it down. It is mirrored, and the colors aren't very vibrant. And what I've been told, since this is my first time doing it, what I've been told is that it's more vibrant once it goes on. So we're gonna see how this all works out. We're also gonna see if my repeat method worked. If you missed that video, go back and watch that video on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I trimmed down the one side so that you can see it's like perfect, like it's really showing. I just took a tiny bit off. I'm not worried about it because of the repeat. And then I have a little bit extra here, a little bit white on either side, just so that I can make sure I have enough to tuck the whole thing down. So I'm working with this 20-ounce tumbler. It's a little bit smudged. Maybe I should clean it first. Okay, I'm gonna clean it first. Okay, I just wiped this thing down, and then I'm just following like what I've seen we're supposed to do, and I'm going to start it, have it go all the way across, just like that. And I guess we need to make sure it's really straight and it's tightened, and that you can see the design on either side, right? Because we don't want white on the top or the bottom. So I'm just gonna kind of push it through a little bit there, and then the whole lining it up is more, I'm lining it up to the print. And I will say this, if you do a little bit extra, I actually think it's a tiny bit helpful, because what I want you to see here, let's see if I can bring it up close for you. What I want you to see here is that if you see the line inside, you can see where to line it up. Do you kind of see that? Okay, I've got this thing super tight. I think I need it to be a little, like I would in future, since this is my first one, I would give it even more of my repeat on the top or bottom, just to make sure that there was lots of room. And I want to make sure that this repeat perfectly lines up. So on both the bottom and the top. Okay, once you think you have it, use your tape. Oh my heavens, I haven't even, this is the first time, you guys, because my tape isn't even pulled out so that I can use it. And I'm holding this. Okay, we're gonna use this tape to tape it along the edge. I really have tried to make it perfect. All right, and I am actually quite worried about it shifting. So what I'm gonna do is, especially at the top, this is where I'm really worried about it. I think I'm going to just tuck it in and tape it down really good. I'm really nervous because I don't have very much allowance at the top. Once again, I would add more, and I'm gonna tape this thing so that it's not going anywhere. All right, I feel like the top's pretty secure. Now here's the crazy thing. I think if I do this, tuck this down, because it has a little bit of an edge, I think some of it might heat transfer to the bottom, which I wouldn't be sad about. So we're just gonna do this one as well and just heat press it and just see what happens. I don't know, it's an experiment, you guys. I'm mostly trying to get out all the bubbles. Okay, we're packaged and ready to go. I haven't even turned on this machine yet. It probably is gonna take a second to heat up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug it in, and then let's figure out the settings. Now, a couple of things from my last video, if you guys saw me do the unboxing, which I highly recommend because you can kind of see me put this thing together. One of the things I was struggling with was like, how does this whole thing work? Because I tried to screw these little knobs in further. I can't recommend enough. This is the Signature Series mug press. And I'll give you the link in the description. So if you want this, which is, by the way, it's fantastic because it came with 2 presses, but you could do any number. They've got several, like 7. But you can also use these same ones depending on the size for what you need done here. Anyway, so I had to unlock these a little bit, like unscrew them, to get it to come in and like press hard. And we are gonna do this twice. That's the thing I didn't realize, is that we've got to put it in, and then we're gonna do it once, and then we're gonna rotate it, and we're gonna do it once. And I need to go find I don't have any heat gloves. I was like, what kind of like gloves can I use? Because I'm not touching this thing while it's hot. That seems rather dangerous. So I'm gonna go find we're gonna find some gloves to rotate it when it's heated. So I don't know how long it's gonna take to heat up. So we're gonna find that out right now too. Okay, so everything I've read is 365. And we have quite a bit of design, but like about 70 seconds, rotated another 70 seconds. So that's what I think we're gonna try today. It might not work, you guys. This is gonna be fun. Okay, you can see that it's already starting to heat up. So if I close it, that's interesting that it beeps like that. Right now it says it's it wants 385. Let's see. I'm just like checking to see what happens as I do this. It's hard to see because I'm looking on this side. So let me just check it. Okay, this took a second for me to figure out. If you push OK, that's how you change the timer. So I really want to change that time down to 365. So I'm going to push OK. I don't want to change Fahrenheit, but I do want to go down to 365. Okay, that looks good. Push OK. I think this is how many seconds I want to do, and I want to do 70. Okay, I'm gonna push OK. All right, so I think it's lower in temperature because I have it open. It started beeping immensely when I closed it. Oh, because look, it starts the time. Notice I have nothing in it, but it's just starting the time, and it's making sure to get up to the correct temperature there. So that was awesome because I wasn't quite sure how we were gonna figure that piece out, but that's pretty awesome. All right, there's some improvising going on. This is a curling iron glove that you can touch. I actually think this is probably enough, but I'm nervous, so we're using some tongs. So this is gonna get real interesting. Some of you are gonna be laughing at me. Okay, so my press is set up. I'm like so nervous about this, you guys. I'm going to put this in, and I'm nervous about it moving, but I'm just gonna put it in like that, just like that. And then I think I just close it and the timer starts. So 67 seconds, countdown. Okay, it's beeping at me. I think I'm just supposed to pull it out and then rotate it. Oh my gosh, it's steaming. I'm kind of freaked out. We're about to find out if this works. It totally does. Okay, but I've got to rotate it, which I'm so nervous about. I only had one curling thing, so I'm just gonna rotate it all the way around like that, and then we're gonna go again. I didn't have to use my tongs. I think I'm gonna use my tongs when I pull it out. Okay, it's beeping. Technically, I'm supposed to only do it twice. I will admit I'm nervous because this is the first time I've done it. But I guess we'll just see, like I might have screwed up and then we'll have to do it again. Okay, this is the part I'm using the tongs for, you guys. We're gonna let this thing cool. Okay, you guys, it's the big reveal. This is still really, really crazy hot because I haven't turned it off yet because I'm like afraid I'm gonna have to do it again. I still have my glove on and it actually is working. So those of you guys with curling irons where you get a glove, it's working pretty well. I'm freaked out that it didn't transfer. Like, I don't know what it's supposed to. Oh my gosh, it totally transferred. Just like, look at the tiny reveal. Whoops, don't start the machine again. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I guess I'm just ripping this off like Christmas. I think that's the way this is going. I'm like, this is my first time, so I've been super freaked out that it wouldn't work. And you and I were just doing video together for the fun of it. Oh my gosh. Okay. I am dying.
Look, you guys, can you guys see how cool it's looking as it's coming out? It's like glossy and fun. And if you've never done this before, it seems like freaking magic. And actually, I don't even think I need this glove anymore. It's not very hot. So let's pull this glove off so we can finish this. You can see I'm using my Sawgrass machine as the landing area right now. I'm gonna be making so many more of these. And this, you guys, if you didn't know, this is my line Ciao Bella that's coming out in November of 2022. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. That is insane. Okay, so did my repeat work? Ah, you guys, it was close. Look at it. Can you see where my seam is? It's really, really close. So I'm wondering, it looks like it's just barely off. I'm just gonna have to keep playing with this design until I totally get it figured out. The other thing that's interesting is there is still a very thin white line from when I created the repeat, which makes me think when I build it again, I would layer it, those repeats, just a little bit more. So if you have that issue and you watched my repeat video, technically and in theory, it should work. But always when you're doing the physical, it's like setting everything up perfectly to make sure that it actually works. Isn't that amazing? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. That was a pretty good first try. And I'm gonna kind of clean up some of those repeats, like maybe move them around even more to see if I can get that to ever be totally seamless. As it is, it's not horrible. So I've seen some pretty bad ones, but this is pretty cool. All right, guys, I hope you have a chance to make this. So fun. We're gonna give you links to this machine. I'm very excited about this machine. I'm gonna be using it a lot, as well as the t-shirt heat transfer, which I'm gonna show you in future videos. Make sure you are subscribing to this channel. That way you're seeing all of our Ink Club tutorials, all the creative stuff we're doing. And for those of you who wanna be designers, all the design projects, design things that we're doing, I think you're gonna love it. I can't wait to see you back here. Ask me questions in the comments if you are like wondering things, because gosh darn it, this was my first time and it was amazing. I'm pretty darn excited.